Welcome to our deep dive on creatine, the supplement with a rock solid reputation. We'll explore why it's considered the gold standard for strength and power, and we'll also look beyond the gym to see what the science really says about its effects on endurance, brain health, immunity, and heart function. Our goal is to separate evidence from hype so you can make informed decisions. Most people know creatine as a muscle builder, but that's only part of the story. It's one of the most studied supplements in sports nutrition, yet questions remain about whether its benefits extend beyond muscle. In this presentation, we'll examine claims about cognitive enhancement, endurance surges, and overall health to see which hold up and which are wishful thinking. Athletes today want more than just raw strength. They're chasing resilience, recovery, and longevity. Health enthusiasts also wonder if creatine might support cognition or cardiovascular function. Recent research hints at broader effects, but the evidence isn't as strong as the marketing suggests. It's worth exploring the full picture before jumping on every claim. Creatine is a compound formed from the amino acids arginine, glycine, and methionine. Your body makes it, and you also get it from eating red meat and fish. Roughly 95% of the creatine you store is in your skeletal muscles as phosphocreatine, while only about 5% resides in your brain. By pairing with a phosphate group, phosphocreatine acts as a quick-acting energy reserve that your cells can tap when demands spike. When you perform explosive movements, your muscles burn through ATP at a rapid rate. Phosphocreatine donates its phosphate to convert adenosine diphosphate back into adenosine triphosphate, providing instant energy. Think of it as a battery that smooths out the gaps between ATP production in the mitochondria and the energy you need at the moment. It also shuttles phosphates within the cell, helping maintain power output in high-intensity situations. Meta-analyses spanning hundreds of studies confirm that creatine supplementation increases maximal strength, enhances peak power, and improves repeated sprint performance. On average, people taking creatine see meaningful gains in strength, and when combined with resistance training, it supports lean muscle growth. That's why it remains a cornerstone supplement for lifters and sprinters alike. With over 500 controlled studies conducted over several decades, creatine's efficacy isn't up for debate. It works for men and women across ages and training backgrounds, and is considered safe and effective when used properly. Compared to many newer supplements, creatine offers a high return on investment, big performance benefits at a relatively low cost. While creatine is best known for short bursts of power, endurance athletes also experience explosive moments like hill surges, breakaways, and finishing sprints. Supplementation increases phosphocreatine stores and may even boost muscle glycogen, helping sustain those high-intensity efforts without dragging down overall endurance. It won't turn a marathon into a sprint, but it can support the intermittent bursts at the side races. Creatine's role in the brain is more nuanced. Phosphocreatine helps buffer ATP during demanding cognitive tasks, and some studies using high doses around 20 grams per day for a week have shown improved memory in older adults. By contrast, the lower doses found in most supplements don't seem to affect young, healthy individuals. Outcomes vary and depend on factors like age, baseline diet, and mental stress. Under conditions such as sleep deprivation or reduced oxygen, creatine may help preserve cognitive performance. Research has found that when individuals take larger amounts over several days, they commit fewer errors and feel less mentally fatigued during tasks. However, the effects are modest and specific to stressful situations, so it's not a universal brain booster. Some studies hint that creatine might modulate the immune response by reducing inflammatory markers after long endurance events. However, the evidence is limited and inconsistent. Other trials find no effect at all. At this point, there's not enough data to claim that creatine meaningfully supports immune health. Early research suggests that creatine and phosphocreatine can support heart muscle energy metabolism and improve contractility. Small studies in cardiac patients report improved exercise tolerance and reduced fatigue, but the findings are preliminary. Creatine is not a treatment for heart disease, and any cardiovascular benefits remain an emerging area of study. Creatine offers clear advantages for people focused on strength and power, lifters, sprinters, and power-based team sport athletes. Endurance athletes who need occasional bursts, such as cyclists and runners, may gain an edge in surges and sprints. Older adults interested in preserving muscle and cognitive function also have potential benefits. Professionals who face high physical and mental stress, such as military personnel and first responders, might find creatine helpful under demanding conditions. To saturate your muscles quickly, you can follow a loading protocol of about 0.3 grams per kilogram of body weight per day for 5 to 7 days, often divided into several servings. After that, a maintenance intake of 3 to 5 grams per day keeps stores topped up. If you prefer, you can skip the loading phase and simply take 3 to 5 grams daily. Saturation will just take a few weeks longer. Taking creatine with carbohydrate or protein may help absorption and support glycogen replenishment. Stay well hydrated and be aware that you might gain a bit of weight from water retention. Creatine is one of the least expensive supplements on the market, often costing just a few cents per serving. Given the significant improvements in strength, power, and muscle mass it provides, the return on investment is hard to beat. Potential health benefits related to the brain, immunity, or heart may add value over time, but those findings are still tentative and should not be the primary reason to supplement. Creatine remains the gold standard for boosting strength, power, and high-intensity performance. Its effects on cognition are moderate and seem most relevant at high doses or under stress. Evidence for immune and heart health is limited and still evolving. Overall, creatine is a foundational supplement with a well-established performance record and the potential for additional benefits, but it's not a miracle cure. If you're looking for a reliable way to enhance strength and power, creatine is your best bet. There is some evidence that high doses can support brain function during stress, but routine low doses are unlikely to improve cognition in healthy individuals. Research into immune and cardiovascular effects is promising but not conclusive. Taking 3 to 5 grams per day is adequate for most people. A brief loading phase can accelerate the process. Ultimately, choose creatine for what it reliably delivers and consider any extra benefits as a welcome bonus rather than a guarantee.